sounds of chirping crickets were also oddly silent. The witness sat in the car, staring at the mysterious object for like an hour. Eventually, they decided to return. Until later, Piccola seemingly never did. However, he described the bizarre psychological effects given to their experience following the encounter. He reported that they had been abducted and released a day later. Claims supported by the unusual symptoms they had developed. The witness survey confirming he had indeed lost an age of height overnight. Upon returning home, their mother expressed alarm at their changed appearance, noting that they were shorter and that their eyes looked strange. The witness looked at the bathroom mirror and confirmed they didn't look right. Desperate to prove their experience, he implored the local authorities to check his high school medical records and photographs taken on his 18th birthday, just 2 weeks prior. The question how easy was an inch in height overnight. This incident, like some other reports of UFO encounters, involves spontaneous shapes destroyed themselves, involving the bizarre deaths of two TV repairmen, Anubria de Cruz and Miguel Joseviana. Their bodies were discovered by a young boy who was flying his kite in the area. The circumstances surrounding their deaths were really strange and sparked widespread speculation about what happened. Both men were found lying side by side, dressed in suits and waterproof coats, which was unusual given the weather at the time. Beside them, authorities found an empty water bottle and a packet containing 2 towels. Strangely, they were also wearing lead masks typically used to protect against radiation. Scuba Steve. So this entry comes from a YouTube user named Mercado, who lived near Richmond Glen Park in Colorado and often passed it on the way to school. They frequently played there with their brother and friends. The park featured a large entrance to a storm drain with water in front of it. One day, while walking by the drain, Mercado's friend Ben shared a chilling story. He said a local kid named Steve had drawn in the pool of water during winter, and now his ghost had since haunted the park and the storm drains, earning the name Scuba Steve. Although Mercado couldn't find any historical records of Steve, they learned from Ben's father that drowning incidents in storm drains were not unheard of in the area. Despite doubts of Ben's trustworthiness, Mercado witnessed 3 strange events that made him believe there might be some truth to the legend. The first incident occurred one summer when Mercado and the group shot sightings for the storm drains. They were inspired by an episode of the TV show Lost Tapes about lizard men living in storm drains and sewers. As they wandered through the dark tunnels, though, they suddenly saw what looked like the silhouette of a person. As they moved closer, the figure started running towards them. Terrified, they quickly fled the drains, convinced they'd encountered something paranormal. The second strange occurrence took place when Mercado and Elliot were again running to explore the drain tunnels. They found the water too deep to enter, so they entertained themselves by throwing rocks in the water and mocking Scuba Steve. Suddenly, the water started splashing violently. They paused, thinking it might be caused by a rock they had thrown, but the thrashing continued as if an invisible being was splashing around in the water. This unnerving event made them run away in fear once more. And the third anomaly happened during Ben's birthday party. Mercado, their brother, Ben, and a friend named Preston, the child was very skinny with dirty blonde hair. They lived by nearby streetlight. They played with the blonde kid for a while, forgetting about their search for Scuba Steve. Eventually, they continued to go home, and instead of walking
Oh, what's good?
walked into the field and disappeared into the storm
Let me
drain.
turn the bot down. Hold up.
Mercado believes this might have been the only time they witnessed the
I gotta turn my bot down.
Mercado also mentions that their friends told similar stories like
That's a
that,
podcast?
but they didn't include these
Yeah.
accounts due to doubts about their credibility.
Okay, man. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm drunk a little bit, but I'm doing
Drunk. What's the occasion?
good. Honestly, I'm just hanging out with one of my friends at my house.
Oh, okay.
We're just chilling.
That's what's up.
Yeah. We're gonna play Fortnite tonight, man.
Yeah, we can.
Alright, bet.
How many spirits you got?
How many what?
Spirits.
Friends?
Spirits on the game. For, yeah.
Damn,
Okay.
I know I got some burnt peanut the other day, and then don't do that shit. And then I got golden fire in like water too.
Okay. You said you got the regular? Yeah, I got 2 gummy ones.
What kind of gummy one you got?
Earth and fire.
Okay, I got the gummy earth. Oh, hi, Mariah.
Yeah. I added both of you guys. Hello? We can hear you. What's good? I can hear you, dude. How are you? Hey, man, that's good to hear, dude. I'm on the game. Having a good time. I am, brother. I am, brother. I'm glad you're having a good time. Well, currently I'm on a game right now, having fun, you know. Brawlhalla. Have you ever played it?
Yeah, Brawlhalla?
Yeah.
We got a 1v1, bro.
Oh. What's your main?
Be downloading it, bro. Be downloading it. Is that Magari?
That's not Magari. What's your favorite character on Brawlhalla?
Who's everyone here?
Who's everyone? I'm Mal talking to you right now.
Okay. You also with some cool people, so I respect that.
Oh yeah, very cool, man. You sound cool yourself.
I appreciate that, bro. I try to be.
Very good, man. It's not really hard. You just gotta be yourself, man.
Y'all need to see the Outer Banks?
No, I haven't. It's on Netflix though, right?
Yeah, it's a good ass show, bro. Man, this bitch fire as fuck.
Okay, I think I heard about it. Outer Banks.
What do you think about it?
I heard about it. I don't know if I seen a trailer or something about it, but like just hearing it, what I think about it, it's probably about like what, something about water.
So what?
Is it something about water?
Yeah, it's about you trying to find a treasure, pretty much.
Okay.
Pirates on one.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that sounds interesting. Then I might have to check it out.
You said what?
I said it sounds pretty interesting. Then I might have to check it out. What episodes in season? Y'all? How many seasons? How many seasons do it have?
Dead ass though. I think about 5, bro. It's like you really have to lock in.
Yeah. What season y'all on now?
I'm putting this in the first episode, bro.
Okay. Okay. What's she?
This nigga
Oh, me?
Hell yeah, I only talk to boss niggas, bro. You're a boss nigga today, right?
Thank you, dude. I consider myself a boss, you know, so it's
No worries, brother. No worries.
it's a pleasure to come across another boss.
Hey, I appreciate that, brother. That means a lot to me, bro. I appreciate that.
Bro, it means a lot to me, man. You just don't know.
Hell yeah, bro. So what's up with the TV shows you watch and shit? I know there's somebody else in here, but they're getting quiet.
I've been watching the Vince Staples show.
The what?
The Vince Staples. You listen to him?
I don't. What's that about?
Basically, it's about a rapper and his stories. It's like random side quests and things. It's pretty cool.
I'm gonna give this phone back to that though.
All right, dudes. Nice to meet you. What's your name again?
Yeah, I'm you come Tony.
All right. Nice to meet you, Tony. No, no. You didn't put his real. Wait, what'd you say? What'd you say, Coco? I was trying to see what she said. He want to be Tony. If he want to be Tony, let him be Tony.
Please.
That's his boss name, Tony.
Why am Riley? Come on.
You know she was probably shy. Luffy, you look. Dang, Luffy left too.
Yeah. Did you say is that McCarty, please? Did you say that?
No. Why would I say that? Luffy said that.
Alright, man.
Alright.
We play Fortnite later on tonight.
Alright, you have a good one.
Not too long though, bro. 'Cause I gotta be at work at 9 a.m.
No, for sure. We don't have to.
Alright.
Alright, see you then.
See you, bro.
See you then. I gotta turn my stuff back up.
Later, drawn by tales of unusual occurrences, embarked on an exploration of the area following rumors of animals found drained of their blood. This detail, reminiscent of classic vampire lore, prompted Robertson to seek out the truth behind these tales. Robertson's investigation led to a startling encounter with a figure shrouded in sacking with a hood over its head. The creature, which possessed a face, exhibited agility behaviors which were not typically human. It leapt into a tree and swung away, eluding further interaction or capture. This sighting only deepened the mystery and spurred further speculation about the presence of a supernatural entity in the vicinity of the historic Lockmaiden castographs of the figure. These images, though compelling, were met with broad skepticism and raised questions about their authenticity. Critics argued that the photos could have easily been staged, suggesting that the figure might simply be a person dressed up to perpetuate local legends or for personal amusement. Despite the doubts surrounding the photographs, though, the legend of Lockmaiden Castle Vampire persisted. The story encompasses elements typical of vampire myths, like nocturnal activities, predation on animals, and an ability to swiftly move and mysteriously disappear. The community's reaction was filled with fascination and fear, with some considering the tales a thrilling addition to the area's history, while others viewed them as unsettling reminders of the unexplained. The lack of concrete evidence, though, and the nature of the reports contribute to the ongoing debate between believers and skeptics about what it really is. Charlie Clark wrestled a ghost. In the shadow of the Spanish-American War, a really weird encounter unfolded. Charles H. Clark, a soldier recovering from typhoid-related complications, found himself at the heart of a haunting. Basically, while stationed at Washington Barracks for medical treatment, Charles shared his ward with two other soldiers, one of whom was simply known as Smith, a man described by peers as particularly unfriendly. Smith's sudden death one night, though under mysterious circumstances, marked the beginning of an eerie series of events that would culminate in concentration. After Smith's burial, Charles returned to duty, assigned to an isolated tent on the outskirts.
I need to get that Ogram down.
Trips to the fetch coal on a bitterly cold January night that experienced a surge of terror. This dread was so intense that Charles, a man not given to religious fervor, cried out in fear for his soul. Despite this overwhelming fear, though, he managed to return to his tent, attempting to settle down with a book, hoping to calm his nerves. However, peace was not to be his companion for long. The tent flap rustled open, and the ghostly figure of Smith emerged, his intentions malevolent. Despite
No,
terror,
not like
Charles
this.
and proclaimed that he had come for him. Reacting instinctively, Charles left to engage the ghost, while Charles's comrades rushed to his aid, drawn by the noise of the scuffle, they saw nothing. No ghost, only Charles in a state of distress. Shaken to his core, Charles maintained that he was fully lucid during the encounter, insisting that his battle with Smith's spirit was as real as any fight he had faced in life. The incident left many questions unanswered. Was Charles experiencing a hallucination brought on by his illness, or had he indeed crossed the veil that separates the living from the dead? And the event didn't really fit into the timeline of the known Spanish-American conflict, which adds some confusion. The Eternal Army of Otterburn. On a cold August night in 1388, the clatter of armor and the clash of swords filled the air. This was the setting of a fierce battle between Sir Henry Percy of England and Sir James Douglas of Scotland, where Percy sought to reclaim his own banner bearing a blue-line emblem, a symbol of his pride and honor. This battle, though centuries old, continues to echo through the ages, not just in history books, but in the whispers of those who claim that the warriors of old still roam the fields. Late one night in 1888, exactly 500 years after the fateful battle, Percival Hall and John Elliston experienced a really weird paranormal encounter. While tending to their sheep, they heard the unmistakable sound of trumpets and the pounding of hooves emanating from a nearby ridge. Compelled to investigate what was going on, they went, only to see a vision that defied explanation, being a cavalry division of medieval knights clad in 14th century armor charging across the ridge. Driven by an irresistible urge to follow, Hall and Elliston pursued the gruesome figures, only to stumble upon a scene straight out of history, being a battle raging beneath them, with spectral figures locked in eternal combat. The clang of metal and the cries of the fallen filled the air, yet only Hall witnessed the apparition. Elliston heard the sounds but saw nothing. Decades later, in November 1960, the legend of the Eternal Army of Otterburn would once again resurface in a modern encounter. Basically, in this encounter, Mrs. Dorothy Strong was traveling through the area by taxicab when her journey took an unexpected turn. The car came to a halt, the engine died, and the fare meter malfunctioned, as if the vehicle had hit an invisible barrier. Then, without warning, a host of armored specters surrounded the cab, pressing in with an intensity that turned the cold night terrifying. Just as suddenly as they appeared, though, they vanished. These encounters at Otterburn, separated by years, holding by the figures of an army lost in time, suggests more than mere coincidence. Some speculate that these manifestations could be a form of residual haunting, where emotions and events are so powerful that they imprint themselves on the surroundings, replaying endlessly through the ages. Others suggest a connection to electromagnetic fields that could be particularly strong in this area, influencing both the environment and the perceptions of those who venture there. This theory is added by the similarities noted by these ghostly manifestations and encounters with unidentified flying objects, where witnesses report similar disruptions in electrical equipment and the eerie sensation of invisible barriers. Stalking Double Bird of Millville. On January 21st, 1909, in Millville, New Jersey, Dan Polsek, a local resident, was completing chores in his backyard when he heard an unexpected visitor, being a creature reportedly standing 18 feet tall and resembling a monstrous bird, which not only spoke in perfect English, but also asked for directions to the garbage can. The creature's appearance was overall really unsettling, with the sacking material draped over it and a hood covering its head. Its eyes were black and its face was gray. As Paul's treasure retrieved what the creature had asked for, it suddenly grabbed him. In a panic, Paulson fell back with the hatchet he had on his belt, striking the creature repeatedly. To his astonishment, splinters flew from the creature's body with each hit, suggesting it was made from some wood-like material. During the struggle, the creature whispered into Paulson's ear before he delivered a final blow to his face, causing an eyeball to fall out. The creature then inflated its body like a balloon and floated away, disappearing into the night sky. The story of the whole encounter was then reported by the Osprey Park Evening Press the following day. estimates to be around 15 meters in length. It featured a serpentine head perched on a long neck, a body with visible humps, and large flippers that stirred the murky depths. This description aligns closely with ancient marine reptiles known as plesiosaurs, thought to have gone extinct millions of years ago. However, the idea that a population of these prehistoric animals could have survived undetected in modern times stretches the boundaries of conventional science and zoology. Rex Gilroy, a noted Australian cryptozoologist, has been at the forefront of researching this creature. Gilroy suggests that the Miruela might indeed be a relic plesiosaur, a theory that draws connections between the physical descriptions provided by eyewitnesses and fossil records of the Mesozoic era found in regions close to the Hawkesbury River. And the Miruela has also been a long part in local Aboriginal folklore, evidenced by 3,000-year-old rock engraving discovered near Brisbane waters. This engraving depicts a creature really similar to the descriptions of the river monster he had encountered, suggesting that encounters with this being may have spanned thousands of years. Over the years, though, there have been other newer sightings. One particular notable account occurred in 1945, when John Nelson and his friend Bob encountered the creature up close. Their descriptions of its massive size, scaly texture, and dinosaur-like appearance added more interest to the growing legend. Despite these narratives, though, skeptics argue that these sightings could be misidentifications of known animals, like maybe large eels or other aquatic species native to the region. Others suggest that logs or debris, often seen floating in rivers, might be mistaken for a living creature when viewed from a distance under certain conditions. Cryptozoologists and paranormal enthusiasts continue to be fascinated, though, by the mystery of the Miruela, drawing parallels with other lake monsters globally, like Nessie of Loch Ness. The debate between believers and skeptics remains vibrant, with ongoing expeditions and technological advancements promising the potential for new evidence that could one day shed light on the true nature of the Hawkesbury River monster. Elepantizo. In the northern region of the province of Salta, Argentina, a figure known as Elepantizo has been part of local folklore due to its reported attacks on lone individuals in rural areas during the night.
Please just die.
It is described as a shadowy entity that assaults its victims and then vanishes upon the arrival of help. It's said that this creature is impervious to physical attacks, including stabbings and gunshots. One incident occurred in 2002 when a young man from El Duraznito, just southeast of Rosario de la Frontera, became the 7th reported victim of Elepantizo. The young man, who wished to remain anonymous, shared his experience, which was later reported in El Tribuno of Salta. According to his account, while riding his bicycle with the intention to go hunting, he was forcibly knocked down by an unseen entity. Upon looking up, he saw a black, shadowy figure standing over him. In a panic, he shot at it with a shotgun and attempted to stab it, but neither action had any effect. The figure then dragged him across the ground by his hair until a local man, attracted by screams, came to his aid. The appearance of the bystander caused the entity to disappear instantly. This location is near the Cave of the Blackwoods, a site believed to have been inhabited by the Candelaria culture 300 years ago.
He was chosen, bro. That's a chosen bot.
And local volunteer firefighter Jose Alvarez mentioned that some
That's a
residents
chosen bot, though.
connected with these occurrences, citing reports of unexplained aerial lights and other phenomena in the region. These sightings have
Let me change this. The dummy do throw it off.
This remains unconfirmed.
I don't think I got no extreme though.
Have yielded no conclusive results. Pale Horse of Palomas.
I don't got everybody on this account, but I wish I
1876,
did.
Tequila, a town in Jalisco, Mexico, was the site of a chilling event that echoed its violent past. The town, established in 1530, had previously experienced significant upheaval during the Mixtlan War in 1541. During this conflict, indigenous groups, including the Kashkanis, opposed Spanish rule. These groups fortified themselves on Tequila Mountain, resisting Spanish forces. Amid attempts at peace, Friar Juan Jalero was killed by indigenous fighters, his death escalating the conflict further. Centuries later, Tequila's history of conflict seemed to resurface in a mysterious and possibly supernatural incident. One autumn evening in 1876, a figure on a pale horse appeared at the town's outskirts. This figure, riding at a gallop through the streets, was shouting, "Execution! Execution!" And After traversing the town, the horseman and his steed slowed to a trot and vanished as they reached the village's far edge. Immediately following this sighting, a dense, eerie mist descended upon Tequila, enveloping the streets and reducing visibility to mere feet. This mist infiltrated homes, causing distress particularly among the young and elderly by limiting their ability to breathe. By dawn, the mist had lifted though, but its departure marked the onset of a devastating outbreak. A rare and virulent disease known as Paloma Azul rapidly spread to the village, claiming hundreds of lives within a week and leaving lasting scars on the community. The identity of the horsemen and the origins of the subsequent disease, though, remain unknown. Some speculate that this event was a form of retribution for past grievances, possibly linked to the historical mistreatment of indigenous peoples with the violent death of Friar Juan Calero. Others suggest the ancient deities might have exacted revenge for the desecration of their lands. This event, Tequila, is reminiscent of plague bearer myths found worldwide, where spectral figures are believed to herald or directly cause outbreaks of disease. These figures often appear during times of sickness and are thought to manipulate diseases to punish or cleanse communities. The Pale Horseman of Tequila fits this archetype, drawing parallels to historical accounts of entities like the Grim Reaper or other harbingers of doom that emerged during periods of significant illness, like the Black Death. Only disappearance Fujishiro bypassing the cars. On November 19, 1963, an incident unfolded on the Fujishiro bypass in Ryosaki City, Ibaraki Prefecture, Japan. The central figures in this event were the branch manager of the Fuji Bank Katsushika branch, his deputy manager, and a significant client. Their morning journey for a leisurely game of golf, though, took an unexpected turn into the realm of the unexplained. As they drove along the scene one day, their attention was captured by a black Toyota New Crown sedan.
The blast will give me the best, babe.
Notably, an elderly man was visible in the backseat, absorbed in reading a newspaper. The normalcy of the scene was soon disrupted, though, in a most astonishing way. As they passed Matsuda City and continued on the Fujishiro bypass, a weird smoke began emanating from the black car, which was about 150 meters ahead. In mere seconds, the vehicle that had been in plain sight vanished without a trace. The road ahead was straight, the visibility clear under the morning sun, leaving no room for logical explanations like sudden turns or hidden exits. The three men, witnesses to this phenomenon, were left in shock, unable to rationalize the sight of a car disappearing into thin air, accompanied by a cloud of smoke. And the account this mysterious occurrence
That's what you get, buddy.
in a March 4th, 1960
Better bite.
edition of the Mainichi
That's what you get,
newspaper,
brother.
featured not as a news report, but within a section known for its lighter or anecdotal content. This initial reporting did not specify the date of the event,
Yes.
which was later detailed in a 1976
I'll be right
book
back, guys.
that added further narrative elements, like a specific
Listen
date
to
and
the
additional
story.
context involving a blood patch on the road at the site of the disappearance, suggesting a supernatural intervention. Skeptics and believers alike have proposed various theories, though, over the years. One suggestion is that the episode was a collective hallucination or a misperception under the influence of the monotonous drive. Others speculate about the possibility of an elaborate hoax involving a stolen car, given the high value and desirability of the Toyota New Crown during that era. The mention of the injured man left behind in some versions of the story also had some layers of interest, suggesting possible stage distractions or other deceptive tactics. Despite extensive discussions and the lure of a mystery, no concrete evidence has ever surfaced to validate the incident. The original newspaper piece remains the primary source, with its narrative embellishments and subsequent retellings contributing to the folklore surrounding the event. So yeah, what might have been a simple anecdote has transformed into a robust urban legend, known as the Fujishiro bypass incident. Nancy Evans Bush escaped the Matrix. Nancy Evans Bush's story falls within the realm of near-death experiences, or otherwise known as NDEs. Unlike the typical NDE stories that paint pictures of peaceful transitions and heavenly visions, her experience dives into more darker and unsettling narratives. This account stands as a profound anomaly and challenges the common perceptions of life after death and the nature of reality itself. It was during the mid to late 20th century, around 1962, when Nancy, undergoing intense labor pains with her second child, found herself thrust unexpectedly into a dimension that was as bewildering as it was terrifying. Initially experiencing the sensation of soul-body separation that many report in NDEs, Nancy's journey took a stark turn as she ascended into an immeasurable void that was devoid of light or life. In this vast blackness, Nancy encountered entities that were unlike anything familiar or comforting. These beings, which appeared as circular forms flickering between white and black hues, exuded an aura of authority and malice without explicitly being evil. They communicated a chilling message to Nancy, being that her life, her memories, and all she knew of the world were merely illusions, a cosmic joke. They insisted that nothing she believed to be real had ever existed. This revelation was catastrophic for Nancy, shaking the very foundations of her faith and understanding. Raised in a liberal Christian environment where the principles of love, forgiveness, and an afterlife were ingrained, this experience was antithetical to everything she had learned. The entities left her alone in the void with this new, harsh understanding, forcing her to confront a reality where all she had known and believed was negated. The impact of this experience was profound. After being revived, Nancy was haunted by the implications of what she had been told. The existential crisis drove her to question the very nature of existence and predestination, a concept she had never seriously considered before. This encounter had not only challenged her spiritual beliefs, but also left her isolated with the truth that felt too heavy to share. And 6 months following the incident, a seemingly innocuous moment turned pivotal when Nancy came across a symbol in Carl Jung's book that perfectly depicted one of the entities she had seen. This symbol, the yin-yang, was a concept previously unknown to her, yet it resonated deeply, providing a potential link between her experience and the ancient philosophical ideas of dualism and balance. This connection spurred Nancy to delve deeper into the study of NDEs, especially those with distressing or hellish themes, which are often overshadowed by more blissful accounts. Her research led her to become a significant figure in the International Association for Near-Death Studies, where she advocated for greater recognition and understanding of the darker aspects of these experiences. Nancy's contributions to the field are encapsulated in her writings, notably in her work Dancing Past the Dark, where she explores the complex nature of NDEs and their impact on individuals' spiritual and existential perspectives. Throughout her work, Nancy has provided voice for those who've encountered the unsettling depths of the near-death experience, advocating for a more nuanced understanding of these events. Chameleonic Creeper of Saltern Cove. On the 27th of July 2010 in Saltern Cove, a serene location south of Payton in Devon, something extraordinary and unexplainable was witnessed. This area basically became the center of a mysterious encounter that involved a creature resembling a plesiosaur. The sighting was made by Gil Pierce, among others, around 15:30 that day. Gil Pierce and other locals initially mistook the creature for a turtle due to its reptilian head and apparent shell. However, as the creature pursued a school of mackerel, causing them to beach themselves in panic, it became clear that this was no ordinary sea turtle. The creature's neck was excessively long for a turtle, and its behavior was unlike any known marine turtle species, which typically feed on jellyfish, not fish. Pierce managed to capture photographs of the creature, which showed a dark shape with a distinctively long neck, a greenish-brown hump, and large flippers. The creature was estimated to be around 3 meters in length, with the neck alone measuring around 2.5 feet. These photographs were later analyzed by the Marine Conservation Society, where Claire Fisher, a marine biologist, confirmed that the creature didn't match the characteristics of any local turtle species. The sighting was also corroborated by Graham Oxley, a 63-year-old local who was walking his dog along the beach. Oxley described the creature as having a dome more rounded than a turtle's